Hello and welcome to the next video in this monumental exploration trip. Now I'm actually doing this intro part a hell of a lot sooner than I was going to, because really this video should be the video that covers my arrival at KY Cygni. At least that's what it's going to be. Well, that's what I had planned anyway. And yeah, I'm still in the Diaguandri region, which means that I am still some 9,500 light years away from KY Cygni. But I'm recording it now because in this system, Diaguandri BQ-N D7-68, I have finally found another water giant. The number of times I keep scanning planets thinking, oh, that could be a water giant, and it turns out to be a fucking class 1 gas giant, well, I've lost count. So here at last is a water giant. Now this system is horrendous. There are 80 objects to scan here. Needless to say, I will not be scanning all of them. Now all of this lot are a complete waste of time, because 71,500 light seconds away for that lot, and this lot, and that last star, so I'm not doing that. I have not done all of these planets, but that is the water giant, with water atmosphere as well, just to, you know. So I don't think I've ever read the description of it. Worlds like this have a large atmosphere made mainly of water vapour, most likely formed when a large icy body warmed up enough to evaporate a large amount of its surface ice. This would in turn trigger a runaway greenhouse effect, leading to a very thick atmosphere made of the evaporated ices. There you go. So I may actually check that one out as well. This one I haven't done. I don't think I'll bother. I think I've done all the other gas giants. I fucking hate this fucking road. It's full of cunts like that. Anyway, so yeah, we've got class 3 here, we've got class 2 there, so that's worth a decent amount. Class 4, that's reasonable. Another class 3 there, nothing. Tiny class 3, that's worthless. Didn't bother with that one. I did these two. Didn't bother with that one, and I did that one because it was in range while I was still there. Okay, so neither of those two that I did scan can be terraformed. Obviously that one can't because it has no atmosphere. Well, I have found planets with no atmosphere that could be terraformed, so just because or rather that had no atmosphere and could still be terraformed, so just because it has no atmosphere and you can land on it doesn't always mean you are not going to be able to, you know, terraform it. Right, well, I suppose I will do this one, even though it's fucking 8,000 away, which is a lot further than I would ever normally do. The fact that I've already found one water giant means that it's very unlikely that this will also be one. I've never found two in one system before. That water giant though that I did scan is it's about the 15th I found on this trip. And given how rare water giants are, 15 sounds pretty good until you then remember that I've done over 100,000 light years to find 15 of them. In fact, I've done 101,181 light years. So systems visit is now at 8,242, and total height space jumps to 13,051. SRB distance travel has gone up a little bit to 833 after my short drive about on the surface of whatever that fucking planet was in the Veil Nebula. So, yeah, anyway, as I was saying, this video, the plan is for it to cover my arrival at KY Cygni. And seeing as it's also going to cover KY Cygni, it will almost certainly cover Veil Nebula West. Now, as I've already said, I'm not going to do the Bubble Nebula after all, because it's taking me in completely wrong direction. And by the time I get to KY Cygni, I am not going to be in the mood to do as big a diversion as the Bubble Nebula will be. Once I'm at KY Cygni, the populated zone is roughly 5,000 light years away, and Veil West is right along the course that I'll be taking, so it will certainly be worth going to Veil West. Veil West will be, you know, if I don't scan any more nebulae between now and then, it will be the 21st nebula that I'll have visited, and therefore, fucking hell, so we do have 2 water giants in one system, so this is going to be a decent paying system, no doubt about that. So anyway, yeah, to carry on, Veil West will be the 21st nebula I'll have scanned, and I just cannot be bothered to do any more. 21 is plenty. I don't want to add to it, so I'm not doing that one for starters.
Frameshift drive charging.
And so yeah, I expect to do KY Cygni and Veil Nebula West in this video. And then from Veil Nebula West, I'll only be about 1800 light years from Diaguandri. So this video, although it's still going to take me, I'd say, roughly a week, this video could be the last video of this trip.
Fuel scooping.
Now I've decided that I won't be recording me selling all the data, because it will take a fucking astronomically long time. I've got something in the region of
fuel scooping complete.
Well, I've got over 300 pages to do already. By the time I get back, that could be up to 400 pages. And yeah, I'm just not going to record me doing all of that, because it's going to be mind-numbingly boring to watch. So I'll just do, you know, the next vid will show, you know, obviously the stats, and you know, if the game doesn't crash the desktop at that particular moment, then hopefully I'll be able to show you the exploration animation when I hit Elite. I'm convinced I will hit Elite from this trip. But I think I've already said I won't be selling any of my data at Diaguandri, even though that's the first place I'm going. I'm going there to do the ship repairs, to refit my ship to do better in and around populated space. So, you know, stronger shields, putting the medium hardpoint armor on again, medium hardpoint armor, medium hardpoint weapons on again, and I don't know what else, but I'll be putting other stuff on anyway. But the top shields will be the top priority. I can't remember if that's A6 or A5 on here. I think it's A6. and of course getting my integrity sorted out. In fact, what I may even do is once I've done that, change ship. My Python is docked at Diaguandri, and I might take the Python out to sell all the data. Once I've done all that, my first stop will be the nearest Imperial system, where I will sell the first 20 pages, which should be the 20 most profitable. So that should include the data for Sagittarius A star, which is going to get me something in the region of 632,000, which isn't bad for one system. After that, I will be going to the nearest Alliance system and selling 20 pages there. This is so I can get my reputation with those two back up to 100. Well, actually, in the case of the Alliance, get my reputation up to 100. The 75 that it's on now is the highest it's been.
Fuel scooping complete.
And then once I've done that, I'll sell the rest to the Federation in the hope that selling so much data will go some way towards the rank. If it doesn't, then, well, I may well stop selling the data once I reach Elite, and then keep whatever's left for when the engineers update goes live, and I can use that to improve my reputation with the minor factions, so that then they will do whatever upgrades they offer. Because of course they're not going to do it straight away. You need to have a good enough reputation with them. That's also the reason why I'm not getting rid of a load of my materials. I'm keeping, you know, all of them back. I mean, carbon is the only one I don't have. I did get rid of all that. But I'm 99% sure that the materials are also going to be used in the engineering stuff. You know, the engineers will require the materials. So if I have you know, a reasonable amount of all of them, well, all but carbon, that should also help. So a little bit of future proofing. Anyway, that is enough waffle. Two Warlord Giants in one system. I'm quite chuffed about that. So I shall now continue to make my way to KY Cygni. Actually, let's just see how far I do have to go. As you can see, I have all of the star types shown now, not just the O and B's. So KY Cygni is there, 8,727. Well, if I was in the populated zone, that would be the distance to the fuck it, I can't remember the name of the nebula. It's one that I want to check out as well, or did want to check out. Not Elephant's Trunk, that's for sure. I can't fucking remember now. It's a well-known nebula anyway. So anyway, but it's further away than 8,727, so that gives me some optimism. Let's just see how far to Diaguandri. 11,290. So I'll be glad when I get that down to 4 figures, then it will feel like I am fairly close. I'm fucking annoyed that I can't remember the name of that nebula. It's a 2-word name, both either Greek or Latin.
Frameshift drive charging.
Eta Carina, that's it. So, I don't know if I'll go there anyway. It's another one that
4, 3, 2.
the photos from Hubble telescope look fantastic. Some of the most well-known photos that Hubble have taken, and they were of the Eta Carina Nebula and the Eta Carina supernova. And yet, if you look at the nebula in the game here, it uses the same generic template as so many others.
Fuel scooping.
And the supernova is almost certainly not there, but I think the system comes up as a red supergiant. So, oh fuck, 20,000 away. Those two are probably going to be high metal, but that is definitely a water world. No, I just can't be bothered to do 20,000. It's too fucking far. Right, anyway, so I'll be back when there is something to come back to. I would like to imagine that it will be before I reach KY Cygni, seeing as there's, you know, just over 8,500 light years before we get there. But I'm not holding my breath. So, yeah, back when something happens. Right, I am back because I've seen something I have never seen before. Let's just quickly show you the system map that I'm in. It's a very simple system. This is a K class main star, and the only thing orbiting it is a brown dwarf star, okay, with a ring system, big fucking deal. And between it are these 2 asteroid belts. Now normally that's all I see is a notification, but look at this. It looks very much like a planet, except I cannot select it, and it's acting as if it's not there. Now, does this mean that the game's fucked up and this planet should be seen? Let's try the old thing again. I've already done this once. Oh, okay, so that's what the cause of the problem was. I used the scanner and it came up no other objects. Now it suddenly is working, so I thought it was going to be something new and interesting. No, instead it's something we've seen a million times before. Something in the game fucked up. So now what do we have in the galaxy map? Well, I think I'll still do the brown dwarf because that looks interesting. Right, that's done. So we'll carry on making our way there. I may as well record it. You never know what it's going to be. It could be another water giant. I'd be surprised if it is, but it would be certainly welcome. Now I've got 15 jumps to go to the destination, which is the Flige DL-YG12. Now that is a system that has an O class blue primary star. It also has that haze or halo around it, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just curious about it. It wasn't 1,000 light years, it was about 600 and something. So, actually no, it's more than that. Oh, I don't fucking know. But I'm curious to see what it is, because usually if it's something particularly noteworthy, it will have the AA-A designation. But then that would give it the H, what do you call it, suffix with regards to the solar mass. And this doesn't, it has just, I say just, it has a G. So it caught my eye. I have a feeling it's going to end up being fuck all, in which case I won't even bother doing a video of it, but it could be worth taking a look. One thing I do know, it won't have a black hole there, not with a G designation. It may possibly have a primary, or rather a secondary star that is a neutron star. There's certainly something there that's either attracting an awful lot of the dust around the area or giving off an awful lot. So hopefully it'll be worth a look. So right, what do we have here? Class 1 gas giant. Fucking thing. Anyway, so well, there you go. So what I thought was something I'd never seen before turns out to be something I've seen millions of times before. So, well, if this Flyge, I don't even know how the fuck do you pronounce that? Flyge guy DL-YG12, if that turns out to be any good, then it will be in the next video. Otherwise, fuck knows what will be next. Could even be the entry to KY Cygni. So, back whenever. Alright, quick update, because I've reached what I think is a fairly major point. We're now up to 8,319 systems visited, total height of space distance of 251,859, and a total height of space chunks of 13,128. But the important stuff is in here. It shows that I have made or reached a milestone. If it will fucking stay up, there we go. So Diaguandri, the distance is now down to 4 figures, 9,495.9 light years. The distance to KY Cygni is 6,719.86. Now once I'm at KY Cygni, it's roughly 5,000 light years to the populated zone. So I basically have 11,700 light years to go. And then of course the other stop that I will have is Veil Nebula West, and that is, well, if we go to that one there, 8,353. So all of my destinations now are just 4 figures in terms of their distance, which I am quite pleased about. It shows that this really is coming to an end. So right, well, I'll be back when something happens. Okay, another update. I'm in the Piraloa JX-Q B36-1 system, which has about, I think it's 26, 27 objects to scan, all of them worthless. The next jump takes us to the Dry region. But the reason for this update is that the distance to KY Cygni now is 5035.25 light years, which is the distance it would be if I was just doing a run from within the populated zone out to KY Cygni. In fact, depending on which areas of the populated zone you're in, it's less than that. So I'm closer to KY Cygni than some players, particularly those in Imperial space. Those players who are inside the populated zone. So we're making reasonable progress. I mean, I'm doing this very much against my better wishes. I just keep looking and seeing how close I am to the populated zone and thinking, look, fuck it, let's just go back. But I am determined to actually go to KY Cygni because, as I've said several times in this video, I've been banging on about the system for long enough. It's about time I went there. No, I'm not going to bother with any of them.
Fuel scooping complete.
So, yeah, just a shade over 5,000 light years to go. In fact, with that jump I've just done, and then this next one on top, it could be a shade under 5,000.
Frameshift drive charging.
Well, one way to find out, we'll do the jump and then we'll double check it.
Fuel scooping.
Nothing else here. Not sorry about that. So let's have a check then. Yep. 4,978, so it's now less than 5,000. Definitely closer to it than anybody who's currently in Imperial space. Indeed, I'm closer to it than a lot of players who are in Federation space.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
So, yeah, well, I shall be back when something happens, which is probably when we're about to jump in there. Right, back with a short update. A stat that I just can't believe. It was only a few days ago that I passed 8,000 systems visited, and yet now I'm already closer to 9,000 than I am 8,000, which is just ridiculous. Total height space distance was also past 257,000 light years. So it's, well, mad to say the least. Now I'm about, I think I'm just under 2,000 light years away from KY Cygni. Let's take a look.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Yeah, just under. So 1,948. What I plan to do for this session is get myself into in range so I can plot a direct course for it, and then tonight when I come back I'll be able to just plot a direct course there. And if I can do 3,000 light years tonight,
3, 2, 1, engage.
that will put me roughly halfway back to the populated zone, or halfway back to Diaguandri, which means I'll be right on the doorstep of Veil Nebula West, and I'll be so close to Veil West that I'll probably carry on, so I can do that, and then I'll be so close to docking, I'll be less than 1,800 light years away, so I may even finish this tonight. I'll certainly be glad if I do. Fuck it, yeah, I'll scan that one. The rest are all worthless. So there's no guarantee this will be worth anything. This could be one of those dark ones that still come up as rocky, icy worlds. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I'll be back when something happens, which, as I've said multiple times now, but in this case I'm convinced this will be the case. It's almost certainly going to be when I'm about to enter KY Cygni itself. Right, we are in the Krafau KI-B C13-21 system. I've been fuel scooping for a while because the last 5 systems prior to this were all brown dwarfs, but notice the route. 35 jumps to KY Cygni. I can plot a direct course for it, and it's about 960 something light years away.
Fuel scooping
So I definitely am close now. I'm rather glad about it. Now hopefully, yeah,
fuel scoop disengaged.
this little cluster of stars here, this sort of row of them here, that is NGC 6871. I'll be going through that region. KY Cygni is beyond it, but yeah, NGC 6871 is just that star cluster. It's not nebula or anything particularly interesting, but nevertheless it tells me that I am getting very close to my intended destination,
4, 3, 2,
and that perhaps more importantly for me, this fucking trip is almost at an end. Well, I say that, I mean, once I've finished at KY Cygni I've then got about 5,000 light years to go, but in the general scheme of things 5,000 light years is fuck all nothing. There is an outside chance that I may get that done tonight for the reasons that I've already gone into. You know, Veil West is about halfway, and once I'm there, the fact that I will only have about 1,800 light years to go before I've docked back at Diaguandri will probably be quite enough to spur me on to say, fuck it, let's get it done in one go, let's just get this fucking trip over and done with. I just want to check to see if that other rocky planet is worth scanning. Oh, fucking hell, that might be actually. I'll give it a go. That icon would suggest it is. It could be an ammonia world. It's a fair old size as well, so yeah, definitely worth doing. I'll also do the 2 gas giants by the looks of it. I should have looked on the system map to see if they were worth scanning. But fuck it, while this is scanning I'll do that. First one is, second one no, so I'll do that one, but bollocks to the second one. Yeah, it was an ammonia world, so that was definitely worth doing. So we'll scan this one and then piss off to the next. So, yeah, 34 jumps to KY Cygni, so I shall be back when that's down to 1. Right, so we are in NGC 6871, sector HQ-X C1-9. And, well, there's the next jump. KY Cygni is right ahead. Indeed, I have been able to see KY Cygni for something in the region of the last 15 jumps. So I'm hoping to see something pretty impressive. Anyway, let's get in there. It's been over a year since I first mentioned about coming here. So now we're finally gonna fucking do it.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Yeah, the only thing I know is that we got one red supergiant, but I don't know what else is going to be in this system. So there she is. There's the big bastard. And it is a fucking big one. 4,484 light seconds away. That makes it the second largest star I've ever seen. There is nothing else here. I can't say I'm all that surprised, really. But yeah, so it's bigger than VB Cepheid, indeed the only star that I have visited anyway that is bigger than this is KY Canis Majoris. I can't imagine I will find too many stars bigger than this one. So that's all that's here, which is a bit of a letdown, but I mean, you can't be too surprised by that. So anyway, we were able to, I'm seeing plenty of these salvageable wreckage signals now. So, well, in a way I'm glad that I didn't make a specific journey just to come out here, because to do that and then find that, you know, the only thing here was one star, I would have been rather pissed off about that. But as it is, this is coming back after an enormous bloody great trip, so I've not gone out of my way hugely to come here. So that is KY Cygni. We finally did it. Now, that's not the end of this trip as such. The penultimate stop is Veil Nebula West. As you can see, it's nicely on the way. It's also 3,500 light years away, so I've got a bit of a trek. But I've done, you know, far further than that. Now what I'm not going to do is make too many diversions. I'm not going to Elephant's Trunk Nebula. I couldn't give a toss about that place. Sounds like the fuel skip has started again. So I'm just going to head in the direction of Veil West. There are some other nebulae that I'll be passing on the way. Again, I'm not fussed yet. There's the North American Nebula there. I think the Pelican Nebula is right with that. I don't give a toss about scanning them. I'm not going to bother. So, yeah, we'll just make our way straight to Veil West, and well, I'll be back when we find something interesting.
Fuel scooping complete.
Which is probably well, probably not going to be anything worthwhile, other than probably when we first can see Veil West from where we are. jumps is that? 37 to
Fuel scoop disengaged.
that part way. That nebula there, I'm pretty sure is the Crescent Nebula. What a fucking name. Why didn't they call it, you know, Blardy fucking blah, AA-AH, Lardy fucking Dada, you know. But no, they called it Crescent Nebula. What kind of fucking maniac named it that? Anyway, that's quite enough of that, cobblers. So, there you go, that's KY Cygni. Big bastard thing. Unfortunately, there's fuck all else here. So, I shall be back when, yeah, when something happens.
Fuel scooping.
Back with another update. Now, this system is rather boring. Or at least I can assume it is, because, well, they have been for a while. Those two are semi-worth scanning, but I can't bother to do 587 light seconds just to do 2 high metal content planets. But this system has brought my systems visit up to 8,610, which means that Prue-Yerk CA- no it isn't, Prue-Yerk FG-S B31-2 is the 4,000th system that I have visited on this trip. So it has that milestone. A milestone for me anyway. Now hopefully when we get far enough away from the star here, I'll be able to show you what I think is Veil Nebula West. We can see it just. It's extremely small, very faint. What you can also see is there is old Barnard's Loop, so we definitely know we are heading back into familiar territory. But I think that is it. It's so distant that you can't see the you know, the pink and the blue of it, but I am pretty sure that's it. So I'm not 100% confident, but it looks right. It's roughly in the right place, so I'm going to say yes, I think that is it. Anyway, so 4,000 systems done on this trip, which means that regardless of how many systems there are per page, when selling data I will have over 200 pages of it to sell, which will take a fucking eternity, especially with how slow it is listing all of the firsts. And I know I'm going to have a fucking huge amount, which means that I'm going to have fuck knows how many crashes to desktop whilst doing it. But nevertheless, it all counts towards the ultimate aim of reaching Explorer Elite. I'm not fucking scanning any of that shit. So there you go. So 4,000 systems, or now 4,001 visited on this trip.
Fuel scooping complete.
And well, I'll be back when we are approaching Veil West, I dare say, because I can't imagine there'll be too much worth seeing between now and then. I have been seeing an awful lot of Tauri stars. In fact, from where I am now back to bring up the galaxy map again, from where I am back to there, that is Veil Nebula West. That is Life School Omega in Junga. But anyway, so this is where we are. No, it isn't. That's where we are. Now if we go back to KY Cygni, I haven't done a huge distance. 1050.98 light years. In that distance I have entered systems with a primary star that's Tauri on more occasions than I have over the last month and a half, and I fucking hate the things because they're worthless. They're not worth any more than the bog standard, regular version of whatever star they are, and you can't fuel scoop from them, and I just wish they'd fuck off. Anyway, that is enough for this update. I will be back when something happens, whatever the fuck that is. So almost certainly when I approach, or am about to approach Veil Nebula West. Can't actually enter Veil Nebula West, there are no systems in it.
Scooping.
But we can get bloody close to it, and then I can let you know about my theory on it. So back then. Alright, next update. Here's one you could probably predict. I can now plot the course to Veil Nebula West, or rather as close to it as I can get, because of course there are no systems actually inside the Veil Nebula West, so that's a system that's right next to it. So 35 jumps to Veil West sector DL-YD68. And in the meantime there are plenty of nebulae around me. I can't remember what all of them are. That might be the Cave Nebula, because we are not all that far from NGC 7822. That might be Elephant's Trunk. Those two are not more fucking salvageable wreckage. There's North America and Pelican, but I can't remember which is which. Oh, that might be Elephant's Trunk there. In which case I haven't got a fucking clue what that one that I said was Elephant's Trunk actually is. And somewhere around here is NGC 7822. That's not it, that's Barnard's Loop. So where's NGC 7822 gone? You can't really miss it, it looks quite distinctive. Well, I can't find it. You know what, it's not that important that I'm going to fast ass around trying to look for the fucking thing. So the most important one is that one there. That is Veil West. That's where we are heading. Right, back again. And actually before I start, yes, Shadowplay fucked up at the end of the last clip. Shock horror. So I've done a reboot. Now, our next stop will put us into the Veil West sector. It's the first system of that sector that I'll be arriving at. But I've come to a complete halt because I think this is a pretty good view to start my start explaining my theory regarding Veil Nebula West. Let's just check. Yeah, I've got 4 jumps to go. Now if you look at the shape of it, you'll see that it has a very distinctive shape. We can also, I'll bring up the galaxy map, see its very distinctive shape even better here. Now my theory is that Veil Nebula West is not actually a proper nebula, at least not in the sense that Barnard's Loop, California Nebula, Pelican, North America, Elephant's Trunk, all that. Yes, they are all proper nebulae. This one isn't. And if you take a look at it, you can perhaps see why I think that. All of these other nebulae all have a point of origin, because of course they are the remnants of a supernova, and the nebula itself is formed by the dust from the debris of the explosion and the heat, and that's all coming outwards from a single point, the point of origin, which I keep looking for when I go into nebulae on this trip. Now Veil Nebula West doesn't look like that. It's long and rather thin. There's no point of origin where it's expanding outwards. Along with that, there is no system that in any way could be described as being a point of origin. All of the systems around it are not very, let's get it properly central. They don't have the correct characteristics. Now, as well as that, the nebula has two very distinctive colours, and they're almost like zones. You have the pink zone underneath and the blue zone on top, and they are almost perfectly layered. There's hardly anywhere, there's this faint part here, but apart from that there is really nowhere where the two mix. It's a very uniform coloration. There's no mixture of blue and pink. It's very much the blue is on top of the pink, and that's it. And all of this points towards, as far as I'm concerned, this being not an actual nebula, but a large gas cloud that is being heated up to super high temperature, which would explain why there are no systems inside it, and that's why it's appearing visible. Now the greater temperature being on the top and the pink section underneath being not quite so hot. And recently, about I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, astronomers were observing a gas cloud that was approaching Sagittarius A star, and as it got closer, because Sagittarius A star is an immense source of heat, and in fact they were observing two clouds, or what they thought were two clouds at the time, but as it got closer to the to Sagittarius A star, they could see it was actually just the one. I think they called them G1 and G2. They thought long and hard about that. But yeah, as it got closer and was, it wasn't completely taken into Sagittarius A star. Some of it did go by, but it was heated up and it started to glow. You could see the coloration, and that's what I think is happening here. Now, my theory does fall flat on one particular area, or in one particular area, I guess I should say, and that is, where is the heat source? Because none of these stars or star systems around it are anywhere near hot enough to provide that level of heat. I mean, you have the K here, oh, that's an F, and this is a G, so, but even those two are not really hot enough. But if you look at how close they are to it, you would think that they may be the source of the heat. But I wouldn't have thought, unless this gas is particularly volatile and particularly susceptible to not a huge amount of heat in terms of astrophysics anyway, these wouldn't really be enough to cause the gas to be heated in such a way that it would appear visible to that. I mean, they're in the perfect positions, but they're not the right type of star. Surely you would need an O-class star, or even a black hole. But I mean, for a black hole to do this, it would need to be a black hole of considerable mass, and we're talking a black hole that's larger than the black hole that is the Great Annihilator, or in the case of how this game has been coded, Great Annihilator A. Now, I was discussing this theory of mine with Diaguandri, and he went online and checked and found that Veil Nebula West is actually described as a diffuse nebula, and he told me what that definition meant. I'm pretty sure it backed up what I was saying, that it's actually just an area of heated gas. It's not a nebula in the sense that, Veil East and all these lot are. It's not the remnants of a supernova. So I think my theory holds water. I wouldn't say it's watertight, but I think there is something to it. I also think that looking at the shape of it, I think the name Veil Nebula would have suited it better. The only thing I can think is that perhaps it was called Veil Nebula, but unfortunately it was a German who came up with the name, so it became Veil Nebula instead. Oh well, anyway, that's enough waffle. Let's get a bit closer. By about 4 jumps and see how it looks.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Now, a few videos back I predicted that I would be docking with my systems visited being somewhere around 8,600 to 8,700 systems. Now it would appear,
Fuel scooping.
well, there's no it would appear about it, the prediction was wrong, and it's going to be more than that. And the reason I am sure it will be more than that is that the next system I jump to will be the 8,700s. So, oh well. I'll see if I can scan these stars. If I can, then, it would be, well, I can scan the class M anyway. I think the others, which are all brown dwarfs, so they're not really worth doing anyway. I think they're going to be too far away, so I'll ignore them.
Disengaged.
Now also, while I am here, it means that I now have less than 2,000 light years to go before I reach Diaguandri, and I will certainly be glad to get there. It means that this trip is finally at an end.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1, engage.
because in terms of elite dangerous,
Fuel
this
skipping.
nebula is unbelievably rare insofar as it is unique. There aren't other nebulae that look like it, or at least
Fuel
if there
skipping
are,
complete.
I've not seen them. Now what is not unique about this nebula is that their rendition
Fuel
of it,
skipping complete.
although it's close, a damn sight closer than almost all others, they haven't got it right. If you look at photographs of the real thing, the cloud is much more sort of wispy, and you can certainly see why it's referred to as a diffuse nebula. But nevertheless, with the they got the colours right, they got the shape more or less right. Why couldn't they do that with all the rest? Because they couldn't be fucking bothered is the answer. But like I say, it's not perfect. It is, you know, very almost solid looking. And with the pink stripe and the blue stripe, it's, you know, it's very much the Gaviscon Plus of the Nebula world. Well, anyway, this is system 8700.
Frameshift drive charging.
So yeah, my prediction of getting back with my systems visited being between 8600 and 8700 was a bit off. I've still got around 1800 light years to go. I predict that's somewhere 55 jumps, 60 jumps. More than I would like it to be anyway.
Fuel scooping.
Quite okay with there being no other objects in this system. Right, so let's see then if this system here has, this one that I'm going to be jumping to, has any planets I can land on, so we can take a look at this fucking thing.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Get a bit further from the star I could jump, but get a better look at the nebula. I mean, it does look good, there's no doubt about it. It makes a very welcome change to see a nebula that doesn't look like every other fucking one. Although typical that there are no systems actually within it.
Charging.
But we can get a pretty bloody good look from just outside.
Four, three, two, one, engage.
I'm pretty sure I can't land anywhere here. Optimism means I'll give it a go.
Fuel scooping.
32 objects. Oh, fuck off. Well, if I can land here, I'm not going to. I'm not travelling 347,000 light years. Light seconds, rather. Yeah, see, I can land there, but there's no fucking way I'm going to. Very little chance of me finding any firsts now, not out where I am. I'll scan it because I can, but I'm not going to go and scan the planet because I just can't be bothered. I've done so fucking many, had enough. My patience has gone.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
So, I mean, there is the nebula. We'll get a fucking good view once we've got away from the light pollution of the star here. Let's speed it up a bit. But unfortunately we're not seeing it from the surface of a planet. Very distinctive layers there. So it looks, I say it looks fantastic. Anyway, let's look for a system with potential as far as planets go. Would help if I select the right fucking thing. So this system that I'm at now, this is one of the systems that could be what's heating it up. So, well, let's go and take a look at the other one then. This is on the other side of the nebula.
Frameshift drive charging.
See what's there. See, there's a bit of fucking horrible like banding there. That shouldn't be there.
Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, well, we're certainly not landing here. It's an M. I don't know if I can scan it from here. Oh, let's have a look. Yes, we can.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Okay, well, the nebula's over there. We'll have a better look at it once we finish scanning this thing. Right, so can't see so much of the pink here. I mean, it does, I say, it looks great, but it's so fucking annoying that we can't land. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, you know, wandering around looking for planets or, yeah, landing sites. So if I can't, let's just get a shot of this for the moment. If I can't find one quickly, then I'll say, fuck it, let's just go. So let's try this one.
Frameshift drive charging.
I mean, this is the 21st nebula I've been to. You know, I'm burnt out on them, even though this one is actually, you know, unique.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
It's still something that I've done 21 times already on this trip. I want to go back to the populated zone. I don't really want to waste time, you know, hanging around here. I mean, it's not as big a fucking letdown as KY Cygni was, but...
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, well, there's some promising signs there. Very promising indeed. Right, well, what's that? No, that's worthless. Alright, okay, let's go and land here then. And hope that the dark side will give us a good view of the nebula.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Can't see where the cloud is. I hope it's in the right fucking place. That would be all I need. Landing on the dark side and then finding that we can't even see the fucking nebula from it. Okay, so there's the nebula there. So we may be in luck. I want to see a bit more of it, so I'm moving around. Yeah,
Orbital
okay,
flight
this will do. Coming in a bit quick, which I think is more to do with how small this planet is rather than how quickly we're going in. Now, providing we find somewhere that's relatively smooth, I don't really care where we land. Okay, well, it looks as good a place as any, I suppose. Drop down. Certainly getting a nice look at the nebula anyway. Blue, the pink. I think the pink is actually, that's the side we are facing is the pink side, but obviously the blue is, well, very clearly the stronger colour. It's the denser of the two colours. It's not two different clouds, it's the same cloud, but the top part is being heated up far more than the underside, and we are on the side, we are facing the underside, so the surface is very rocky. I have a feeling we're going to have a bit of a tough time landing around here. Fucking hell, when I say bit, I mean an extremely tough time. How the fuck are we meant to land somewhere around here? Alright, well, I don't rate my chances, but we'll give it a go. Even if I do land here, I don't think I'm going to be able to travel much in the SRV. Good. Right. Doesn't really matter, I suppose, but let's take that one. Now, am I actually going to be able to get away from the ship? Because I could be stuck in some sort of like hole. Yep, can get out. Now, I didn't bother checking just to see whether this is an icy world, a rocky world, or what. Let's see, so we've got a great view of the Large Magellanic Cloud there. But this is what we want to see, the Veil Nebula. And yeah, it looks fine. Now let's see how we do as far as actually moving around here. Driving into that wasn't the best idea. I'll go away with it. That must be it, yep. Vanadium, carbon, nickel. Well, the fact that vanadium is there amongst it says that it's not the worst place I've been to. Some signals worth checking out. A large signal and it's going on for so long. I think that's more than one, even though we are quite a distance away. Looks like it's quite close. Yep. Phosphorus, zinc, niobium. I'm going to have to check again because I can't remember if niobium is something worth getting or if I've got tons of it or what. Well, I have got tons of it. Oh, so there's niobium here anyway. See, another load of signals has just appeared from absolutely nowhere, and they're relatively strong, so it's not like, you know, it's because I wasn't picking them up at first because they were out of range or anything. They've just appeared from nowhere. I'm sure that enormous chunk, yeah, that's not the mesosolarite. It's behind it. There it is. Vanadium, chromium, that's it. Well, it's not like this place is full of, you know, nothing but shite, but I mean, none of it is stuff I particularly need, but there's far worse out there. My ship buggered off, which I really didn't want it to do, because trying to get into it again in an area this rocky isn't guaranteed. Carbon and vanadium, that's it. Oh. fairly close to this signal. Have a look what's here. I really want to find metallic meteorites though, that's all I'm after. Because I want polonium and yttrium. Particularly polonium, because I already got one yttrium that I won't be able to use in an FSD boost. I need the polonium to go with it. Okay, there's this one right here. Carbon, nickel, sulfur. Fucking hell, that really is a sack of fuck all. Where is it? Oh, it's right in front of me. Carbon, iron, yeah. A load of shite. Well, I mean, this... According to the display, oh no, okay, my ship is there, it's just that it's obscured by all the materials. Okay, that's alright. Anyway, I think that will do for this part of the vid. Yeah, the Veil West looks great, and it just goes to show that they should, you know, put that effort, and I can't believe it was that much effort, but nevertheless, they've made it look unique. Now why the fuck couldn't they do that with all the rest? So yeah, this nebula looks fantastic. It certainly looks a damn sight better than, well, pretty much every nebula that I visited north of Sagittarius A star, because it doesn't look the same as every other fucking one. So yeah, that will do for this clip. So I will be back when we are approaching Diaguandri. So well, back whenever that is. Right, next update. I said it would be about 50 jumps, or 50 to 60 jumps from Veil West to Diaguandri. It is 53. That's despite the fact that I got the distance wrong. I thought it was about 1800 light years, and it turned out to be just over 1400. Nevertheless, 36 jumps to Diaguandri. Systems visit is currently at 8,721. So, well, take off one, because Diaguandri obviously I've already been to. So 8,756, assuming that I don't go to any other systems I have already been to.
Charging.
But the trip is very much coming to an end. Just 36 jumps to go, which means I will, well, pretty soon finally start seeing ships on the scanner, which will be a bit of a mixed blessing really, because okay, it means I finally get to see something different, but it also means there is the chance of the old interdictions, which are very likely to happen indeed, because I haven't been seen in the populated zone for almost 2 months. I have a lot of data, therefore a lot of credits amassed, and this is a system that has all firsts. I haven't seen one for a good few jumps. but I also haven't been scanning hardly anything. I scanned the
Fuel
primary
scooping
star,
complete.
and that really is it. I just cannot be bothered to scan anything else. I just want to get back, and I'm not going to be delayed by anything.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Certainly not scanning bloody planets that are, you know, not in scanner range as soon as I
Frameshift drive
arrive.
charging.
I don't care if they're firsts or not. I've already got thousands of them. I don't need any more. So, right, well, I will be back when...
2, 1,
well,
engage.
hopefully when we are going to be approaching the docking station at Diaguandri. So, back whenever. Alright. Last clip of this video. As you can see from the name, this next system, Diaguandri, is a populated system. And I have 4 jumps to go to Diaguandri. This is as far as I got last night. Okay, only 4 jumps away from the destination, but I was too fucking tired, and I figured that I am going to be interdicted in the populated space, so I wanted to make sure I was a bit more alert. As it is, I currently feel like a fucking zombie, so this could go tits up. But if ever I'm going to be interdicted, now is the time, because I've been outside the populated zone for nearly 2 months. My integrity is 0, and I have a hell of a lot of data on my ship. So it's was a nav beacon. I haven't seen one of them for a while, and I haven't seen one of those for a while either. A ship signal. There's actually a ship in the area. Alright, 25 new bodies. Compromised nav beacon. That means there's probably, well, it means this place is a bit dodgy.
Fuel scooping complete.
I'll see what I can scan from here. It'll probably be just that gas giant. I don't want to stay here any longer than I have to. Because with this being an anarchy system with ships in it, it all adds up to I don't want to stay here. Not in my current condition anyway.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Right, off we go to
drive
Cutmore.
charging.
Now I think the system after that one, I'll be okay, because I think that's after,
4,
that isn't populated.
2, 1, engage.
Cutmore though certainly is. And it looked like it was another compromised nav beacon, so
Fuel scooping.
again tells me this is a dodgy system. I don't want to hang around too long. They all look a bit too far away for me to be bothered. Mind you, that looks like it could be valuable.
Fuel scooping
That one
complete.
not so. But fuck it. Alright, now HIP 10680. That's the one that I think is not populated. Although the name does rather suggest otherwise. I've seen plenty of systems with the HIP designation that are unpopulated, so well, let's go and have a look.
Charging.
Not that we have much choice. We gotta go there. I am absolutely not going to be checking out any distress signals or any signal sources of any kind. Not until this trip is over. Right, well there's no nav beacon here. That tells me this place is uninhabited. Which I am quite pleased about. I can
fuel scooping.
Well, not take my time as such. There's fuck all here anyway. I'm not going 14,000 for that one. So next stop is Diaguandri.
Fuel scooping.
But
complete.
I want to make sure that I have the docking station selected straight away. There it is, good old Ray Gateway. Which is of course where my pilot is.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
So number of systems visited at the end of this trip is 8,756. Let's go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Hopefully I can remember how to dock. And hopefully there's no cunty AI that's going to fly into me while I'm trying to dock.
4, 3,
That's my
2,
biggest concern.
1. Engage.
Sounds like someone driving like a cunt out there. Alright, no need to scan or anything. I do need a fuel scoop.
Fuel scooping.
There are no ships around so far. Weak
Fuel
signal source.
scooping complete.
Don't even know why I bothered checking it. I'm sure it's fuck ain't going there. Alright, see if we can get the Ray Gateway ASAP. I'm liking the fact there are still no ships around. Fucking fag's gone out. Well, there's a ship in the area now. It's only a hauler. Okay. Well, the hauler can interdict me if he wants. I've got no problem with that. And the system authority vessel up ahead. Well, I haven't done anything dodgy, so... Looks like he's appearing as a neutral, even though I think I'm on friendly terms with Ray Gateway. Mind you, that was, say, nearly 2 months ago, so who knows what might have happened by there between now and then. Now, I'm not even used to flying this close to planets, unless I'm going to land on them. I'll just scan them and piss off. That's all I've been doing for 2 months. This feels like I'm doing something wrong. Well, no, I ain't. I'm more than happy though with the fact that there were no ships around, or at least no ships that were going to interdict me around. Salvageable wreckage. Yeah, you can stick that up your ass. Let's get into the old procedure that I haven't done for quite some time. Diaguandri is not guaranteed to be this straightforward. I have been interdicted here numerous times, so I'm quite pleased to see that it's been like this. There we go. Okay, well it looks like I'm a neutral now. Let's get our docking permission.
Docking request granted.
Landing pad 30. Because I'm only coming here to do repairs and to refit the ship. I'm not selling my data here, as I've said fuck knows how many times. There's 30, right at the end.
Landing gear deployed.
There we are.
Engines disengaged.
We are back at long last. So this monumental trip is finally done. So let's take a look at the repairs. As we can see, ship integrity is at 0 and it would cost 64,947. Paintwork is also at 0. So what I'll do, I'll take a look at outfitting. Let's see how the ship looks with its 0% paint job. It looks fuck all different to if it was 100%. So nice going there. Anyway, so let's get the repair job done. Actually, let's get the paint job done, and that's paid for the ship integrity. So that's still there. Good going. Now let's try and get this thing outfitted so that it will do better flying around here. So the first thing to do is to check what they have in the way of their fuel scoops and their shield generators. Shield generator, they do have the A6, so I'll buy that. Fuel scoop, I want them to have an A5. They do. Excellent. Right, so let's sell the shitty A3. Let's buy the A6. Much better. Alright, let's buy the A5 fuel scoop. And that is where the planetary vehicle hangar will now go. Okay, yeah, it's G I want. Slap a vehicle in. There we go. Right, get rid of the fuel tank. I want the cargo bay there. It's only 8 tons, but it's better than nothing. Basically, I'm refitting this to how I usually have it when it is not doing long exploration. That means an A-rated power distributor. There we go. Right. Now for the hard points. Get rid of that heatsink launcher. Don't need that. So I've got the point defense and the chaff launcher. So well, let's slap on the two class 2 gimbal cannons. Bring them back. Now any ships that want to attack me, they are welcome to try. And then I think I can fit 2 shield boosters. A rated of course. Don't put anything else on. Fuck it. No, I can't. D kill warrant scanner? Yes. I've already got a kill warrant scanner on here. No. Right, there we go. Right, so that's the ship now sorted out for travel around here. Jump range is down to 27.75. I've got no problem with that. Right, let's just make sure that's all set and the modules are all sorted out. So that means that hang on, right. That means I never used my auto field maintenance unit once. I also never used any of my FSD boosts once, although that does not mean that the FSD boost is a waste of time. Far from it. Indeed, if I had enough of them, I would have used them, because I wanted to go to the Diaguandri Nebula, but it wouldn't let me, because I would have had to use quite a few FSD boosts, and I would have been stuck there. So I did need them, but it wasn't the end of the world that I didn't have them. It just meant I couldn't check out one particular nebula. So although I didn't need the any FSD boost stuff, and I didn't need any my AFM, the auto field maintenance unit, that does not mean I would recommend going without them. So first page will sell for 1,491,000. So Great Annihilator there was 280,241. There is Sagittarius A Star, 631,850. That is my biggest single payout for a single system. Sagittarius A Star itself pays 628,318, but because I also scanned Source 2, I got an extra 3,532. Big deal compared to the main thing. So, I mean, there's no shortage of decent paying stuff. I say I've got over 200 pages to sell. But that's for the next video. So my most of the stats anyway at the end of that trip. Systems visited is 8,756. Total hyperspace distance is 264,353. Total hyperspace jumps 13,566. And the max distance from the start 45,837. SRV distance travelled has gone up to 838 kilometres. Materials collected went up to 491. So balance has gone up a little bit as a result of my change to my outfitting, or has it gone down? I can't fucking remember. So that is how I stand at the moment, having just got back and having sorted out my ship. Next then is to sell the data, and as I say, I'm not selling it here. What I will be doing is looking at the system map for some reason. That's not what I wanted to do at all. What I will be doing is the first stop will be an Imperial system. Looks like there are two there, Tangaroa and Boulder. Yeah, I thought Boulder was close by. So I'll go to one of those two, and I will sell the first 20 pages to that system. Then I will go to an alliance system, which is going to be up here somewhere, a long way up here somewhere. There's a few that have turned up now, and I will sell 20 pages to the alliance, and then I will be going to a Federation system, and I will sell as many pages as I need to reach Explorer Elite. And once that's done, however many pages I have left, and I have no idea how many that will be, I don't even know for sure if there will be any, but however many I've got left, I'll keep those ready for 2.1 and use that to improve my rating with minor factions where engineers are hanging around, so that those engineers will then do whatever the fucking hell they're supposed to do to my ship. So there we are, all done at long last. So that is this trick done, that's this video done. The next video, say, will cover the selling of the data, and we'll see what that does to the remainder of my exploration stats, and of course my exploration rank. So that is this video and this monumental exploration trip done. So now go away.